I'm Liz Lipski, and it's one of my everyday cooking lessons today. So today we're going to make gluten-free granola. First thing I'm going to do, preheat the oven to about 325. And granola is really easy. I have a friend staying with me who's gluten-free, so I'm using some Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oats, and it's just a whole bag of them. I'm throwing those in. What's that? 2 pounds. And then I really like this big flake coconut, so I'm going to throw in a whole bag of that too, because I like really coconutty granola. And I'm going to put in some pumpkin seeds, just a little bit. And I'm going to put in some, those were sunflower seeds. Here's some pumpkin seeds. And you can use any nuts and seeds that you like. I also have some almonds. I think I'll put some almonds in today. And I like to chop them up before I put them in. And what I like to use is my hand blender, which is a little handy dandy thing. I go like this. And voila, we got chopped nuts. So I'm going to put those in. And I think I'll put in a little bit of cashews, not too many, but a few. I'll grind those up a little bit. Grind those up a little bit and stick those on the pile. And then, to make it a little bit crispy, I just put in about maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm using sunflower oil, which has a high temperature so that it can be cooked well. I'm also going to put in a little bit of cinnamon. I think it's winter and cinnamon adds a nice flavor, maybe a ½ teaspoon, not very much. And you can always put in, really any kind of ingredients that you want, any mix of flaked grains or nuts and seeds, or no nuts and seeds. And then this is raw honey, and I'm going to put in probably about ½ cup of raw honey. And again, you can do this to taste. And then this is kind of the fun part. We're just going to mix it all together with hands. And until it's all mixed. And you can see my hands look like this, but that's okay. Honey's great for the skin, and it softens it. It's kind of fun. And so I'm just mixing this all together. You can see it doesn't really take long to do, and it's pretty easy to do. This makes about a whole gallon of granola, and costs a fraction of what you would pay for other granola. So I think this is pretty well mixed. And I'm going to kind of try to get as much as I can off my hands. And then I'm going to stick this in the oven. Ugh, what a mess. I'm going to stick this in the oven just like this. And I'm going to put the timer on for 30 minutes. This is, for me, this is a really important step, because I'm going to go back into my office and start working, and I'm going to forget all about the fact that I have granola in the oven. So when this beeps, we're going to come back and we're going to stir the granola. So see you in a minute. It's been 30 minutes. It's time to kind of check on the granola and mix it around. Put it up here so you can see it better. It's starting to get a little bit golden, but what we want is for the whole thing to have some golden brown to it. And my friend Joel, who's visiting, recommended that we put in some vanilla, but we didn't put vanilla in this time. But you could put in vanilla or almond extract or cardamom or really anything. So I'm just mixing it, and you can see that the brown is pretty much gone. It's not really, oh, there's some honey stuff there a little bit, some brown stuff. So I'm going to stick this back into the oven. I'm going to put the timer on for 15 minutes. And I'm going to just stick it back in the oven, and we're just going to keep stirring it until it's ready to go. See you in 15. Let's take a look and see what we got. Getting nice and brown now. You can see that it's getting nice and brown. But underneath, there's still a lot that's not brown. So what we did so far is we did a half an hour. It doesn't take long to put it together. You just have to be kind of around for about an hour, because that's how long it takes to cook finally. So we did half an hour, and now we did 15 minutes. And now I'm going to do, I think, maybe 10 more minutes, and then we'll be back again. Here we are again. Let's see how we do. We might need one more, but we'll see. Now we're starting to get nice and brown, and evenly brown, you can see. And you know, I think this is just about done. I think this looks great. So we now have granola. What I'm going to do now is, sometimes I add raisins and dried fruit, but lately, instead of adding the fruit, what I've been doing instead is adding cut up fresh fruit. So it's at this point that I might add some fruit to it, and then, or not, and then I would stick it in my granola containers, and just kind of, I just stick it in and fill up my containers, and then we got granola. So that wasn't hard to do. It takes about 5 minutes to put the ingredients together, and then a little bit of vigilance of coming back and forth. First half an hour later, 15 minutes later, then 5 minutes later, and to see if you've got granola. Oh, and turn off the oven. And you've got granola, and this will make 2 half-gallon jars, just about. So with that, enjoy.